The search for America's best cake decorators is on.
Okay.
The cupcakes that I'm going to be doing today are going to be a life preserver with the USS Nancy on it, a palm tree, a flower, and a drink that's going to have some fruit elements on it.
The cupcakes that I'll be decorating today have a Valentine's Day theme to them. They're going to basically all be surrounding love and just the pure joy out of Valentine's Day. I'm not worried about the cupcake challenge whatsoever.
Got this bag striped with the little red and white icing. I don't do a whole lot of cupcakes, but it's something different than just plain white. The cupcake challenge is going to be easy. It's going to take 5 minutes. It's just cupcakes. How long can it take?
Cupcakes are going to be a little bit harder to do. I decided to go on different color chocolate ornaments. I have some just drawings. I put on a piece of paper with a thick marker. Then I take a parchment paper, draw on there the exact pattern I want it, and then lay it with a piece of parchment paper just over the round half moon shape to let it cool and dry.
The palm tree, I'm going to make it into a piece of fondant for the trunk of the tree, and I'm going to add some leaves to it that are going to be on wire so that they stand up. I'm putting some blue sanding sugar around them. Makes it so fun and shiny, and you want to just go there.
I'm not on the whole cupcake bandwagon. I don't do a lot of cupcakes. To me, it's just individual little mini cakes, and that just takes too long. The elephant's probably going to be the easiest, just because I'm just going to make it out of a circle, and then the butterfly cutter that's split in half is his ears, and then it's just making him a trunk. So he's probably going to be the quickest.
Today for my cupcakes, I'll be using two different techniques. Two of my cupcakes are going to have the buttercream topping on them. One's going to be a rose piping, one's going to be a regular swirl, and then the other cupcakes will have a little bit of icing underneath them, but they're mainly going to be covered in fondant.
Cupcakes became very popular over the last 2 years, but mostly I do wedding cakes. There's a lot of things you can do with cupcakes lately. I decided to go and make it all eye-catching, and that's the first thing the person sees in a store when they go in there and they say, oh my God, these are high. That's very impressive to people.
I think depth is really important whenever you're making characters. I start everything off with just a flat circle, but then you build the layers on top of that, and that adds all the depth and dimension, and I think that's what really makes them stand out.
The drink cupcake, I wanted it to be a tropical theme. I wanted it to be very scrumptious, where you wanted to just drink it and not eat it. So I got some isomalt to give it that kind of cocktail look to it. Then I added fruit, lemon and orange, and I put a cherry with a piece of mint on there with a straw.
The holidays are extremely important. Not every holiday, especially something like Valentine's Day, where it's really just meant for one person. No one wants a big, huge cake every time. So when you can have a little small cupcake, you really can personalize a lot to make it very special for the person you're buying it for.
Those chocolate designs are shaped, some of them half round, so they come on a cupcake, the flower in the middle, and then I'm going to put them on top together and use a little bit chocolate to glue it together there on the very top. So yes, they are fragile, but I just want to do a little bit different.
I'm starting the line off with just a fluted cutter, not with the circle like I did the rest of them, and then I'm going to just take my razor and just kind of shred his mane to kind of give it a little more depth and dimension again, and then I'll build his face on top of that.
Last cupcake is a tropical type flower. I put it in a container to give it the rolled look on it. Also made out of fondant. I think it goes with the theme of the other cupcakes, and then it's tropical.
To give it some height to the cupcake, they're going to stick out. I'm going to put a butterfly on top and a little flower, different flowers, each one different color, from a rose to an orchid, and then just have those fragile pieces of chocolate glued together on top, sitting a butterfly on top.
There's one cupcake that I will not be comfortable with doing, and it's going to have piping on it. I'm not really used to piping letters, but I wanted to do a lot of different things for the cupcakes to get a variety. I am definitely taking a risk with the piping. But I've practiced it, it looks decent, so hopefully the pressure doesn't get to me today.
The cupcake challenge was probably the hardest for me, just because I thought it was going to be so easy. I definitely underestimated that one because I ran out of time and I didn't get to get my line and nose.
I'm happy also how they turned out. I have the color in there, what we don't do in Europe, but I decided to go and color with that, different flowers, just eye-catching and make it all edible with some height in it.
I really loved my cupcakes. I finished with the time that I was hoping for. My piping came out fine on the cupcake that I was worried about, and the little gum paste pieces, they were cute and I really liked them.
I think it went well. I think I got all the elements that I wanted to get. I almost forgot to add the blue sugar to kind of complement the water to make it tropical themed. But overall, I think it went pretty well.